Good morning and welcome to the SCALT 2025 Conference Q&A. My name is Emily. I'm your representative from SCALT, and we are here to answer any questions you may have concerning the upcoming conference. We are very thankful to have you all joining us. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me directly. This is going to be an open forum, so we are going to be talking all things conference, making sure that everyone feels prepared and ready for the big event. Just to give a few overview items, this conference is happening January 30th through February 1st of 2025. So that's just barely in 2 months. So we are coming up on it fast. If you have not registered you yourself and your team, I would highly encourage you to go ahead and do that because we definitely want to see you there. We are anticipating 70 contractors and 45 exhibitors. That is the plan as of now. And we are excited to hopefully break that number. Right now, we have a really, really strong registration for our trade show. We have a lot of our student body from the local technical colleges interested in coming. We have a lot of prospects that we've never reached out to before that have been contacting us. Very excited for this event. So we're at SCALT very, very thrilled to be hosting this upcoming event. The hotel is going to be the Grand Dunes Marriott. That's at 8400 Costa Verde Drive in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We do have a special room rate available on the website if you are interested in staying on site, or if you're driving in, that is completely fine as well. I am going to go ahead and open it up to the floor, see if we have any questions or comments about the upcoming conference. So I will turn it on over to you.
I just had a quick one. So being this is our first time attending, and it sounds like it's been a little bit since y'all have done one of the conferences. In my calendar, I went ahead and printed the agenda. It looks like setup is 1 to 5 on Thursday the 30th.
That's correct.
So we would set up then, and then looking at the agenda, it looks like exhibitors are kind of finished at 11:30 a.m. on Friday. Is that correct? Is that
That's
would be the last time that we would be exhibiting?
correct. So
So
we will,
we're,
oh, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
So we have a breakfast with exhibitors. We have a reception the night before with exhibitors. So we're trying to get as much face-to-face time as possible. We are going to be playing a game where everyone's going to have a little bit of a bingo sheet. So they have to come by and visit every single booth in order to qualify for a raffle prize that we're doing. So we're going to try to get as much face time in with exhibitors as possible, but we also respect your time and understand you have other events to go to. So that's why we were trying to get you out a little bit early that day.
Yeah, it's perfect. I just want to make sure that I understand that correctly and we don't pull out at 11:30 and then they go, "Hey, where'd the Breeze guys go?"
Yeah. No, sir. No, sir. That's perfect.
Okay, great. And then I noticed there are a lot of other little events, I guess for the contractors, like the clay shoot and the golf and that type of thing.
You're more than welcome to join. That is a networking time.
Okay, but those are additional cost activities, correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll review that with our leadership team and see if I can get them to loosen up the purse strings on some of those, maybe.
Absolutely. Just let them know we did work pretty hard on getting pretty generous discounts on those events. So you're able to attend and network with the contractors after you get your booth all set up.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Kevin.
Hey, Emily, would you like to maybe introduce everybody? Because there's some folks here I don't think we know each other.
No, absolutely. We'll go ahead and jump around the room. Kevin, you just introduced yourself. Kevin is one of our newest members. Do you want to go ahead and give a little spiel about your company since we're now recording and everyone can hear a little bit more
Sure.
about you?
Absolutely. So I'm with Breeze Lease. We are a little bit different. We're considered a tertiary financing option, so we're like a third look. So contractors will utilize us with homeowners that have poor credit or no credit. So they're in a bind. They need either a new HVAC system, a water heater, or something like that. The contractor will utilize Breeze for customers that need a no credit option. So we're a non-FICO based approval process, and it basically allows them to finance customers that typically have no other option. We've been in business around 20 years. We've been in home improvement, lease to own since about 2017. We're privately owned. We're based in Pelham, which is south of Atlanta, Georgia. So we've been doing this for quite a while, and we're very excited about joining SCALT and reaching out and getting with some of the members of the SCALT. And we've got a lot of major contractors nationwide. We have several thousand that are active with us now. We have a lot of the ARS locations. We're on a lot of the platforms. So we're doing very well with integrating into the contractor base nationwide, but we're trying to get more involved in a lot of the state trade organizations, such as this one. I cover North Carolina, South Carolina, and North Georgia. So we're trying to kind of do this throughout the states that each of us cover. I'm very excited about being at the conference.
We're very excited to have you, Kevin. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Joey, would you like to go next?
Sure. I'm Joey Henderson. I've been on the board with SCALT for, I don't know, 20, 25 years, primarily over the chair of education. I do a lot of training for SCALT and across the country for other contractors independently. Love helping this group. They've been a major part of my career forever. And I'm just glad I can still be here to help out any way I can. So that's me. And I'm currently in a snowy Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, trying to get back to Columbia, South Carolina.
Well, we wish you safe travels, Joey. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Freddie Merchant.
Yeah, so Freddie with Splash Omni Media and Brand Buzz. So we're investigating to see if we want to participate in the event this year. We've actually done some events in the past with HVAC and plumbing, so excited to look into that. So Splash is a full service marketing and advertising agency. We're headquartered in Lexington, South Carolina. And our sister company is Brand Buzz, and Brand Buzz provides promo, apparel, print, and display for anybody that is looking for that from a business standpoint. So we're investigating the how much involvement there is, and you clarified some of that, and just a couple other questions before we go to our senior partners and fill out the form.
Well, perfect, Freddie. If you have any questions, you can ask, now. You can ask me over email later, whichever is more comfortable for you. But we're very, very thankful that you're here.
All right, thank you.
Miss Carla McCall.
Good morning. Carla McCall from McCall's Supply Incorporated. We're a family-owned and operated HVAC distributor. We've been a member of SCALT for, gosh, I can't even tell you how many years, probably close to as long as you've been around. This is my first year on the board, so I'm very excited to be part of this group and bring more awareness to our trades. And I see several of you that I know in other capacities, but we're glad that you're here, and we hope to see you at the conference where we're going to make things happen.
Thank you, Carla. Mr. Scott Cryer.
Good morning. And Freddie, I think you worked with my predecessor, Steve Weitzel, for a while. I think they had water furnace. Didn't you just Splash do some work with water furnace? I heard about it.
Yes,
or you were promised one time, like we get promised.
Our senior partner, Matt Thompson, definitely had negotiations and conversations.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the details on that though, but I've been at Splash for 8 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, years this time around, and then I was at Splash back in 2009 for about 8 months. So, but yeah, we've done a lot of work, and I'm familiar with some of the people on the call as well. So yes.
Yep. I knew as soon as you mentioned, I knew the name. But I'm from water furnace. I'm the territory manager for South Carolina, little bits of North Carolina, and really kind of inherited the opportunity to be part of this organization. In my previous territory in Pennsylvania and Ohio, I was part of the Pennsylvania Geothermal Association. It was a startup. It was a similar thing. It was a trade association. They were trying to mirror what New York had done very successfully with their HVAC people, specifically around geothermal. So some limited experience as far as looking at how trade organizations can help and be of benefit to the people who take the time to participate. And when I learned to understand a little bit more of SCALT, in fact, I think I went to one of the first SCALT events I was at. I hadn't even been assigned a territory yet. And I thought, how do you argue with the idea of a licensed tradesperson? You know, especially in HVAC, plumbing, and well, electrical, not so much, but so also, but when there's so many, what would the union people call them, scabs out there, where the homeowner can really get taken, and more importantly, and I've seen it in my personal experience at water furnace, where a home can possibly be damaged by, I'm trying to be polite, but less than capable talent, right? So something that I think what this organization stands for is an opportunity to at least, and Joey could probably attest to it even better, to at least give us a common denominator of safety for the consumer as well as the technicians and the people that work in the industry. You know, save some fingers, save some burned down houses, whatever, you know. But somewhere in between, in this organization, I think what it stands for, underlying, obviously I'm being somewhat facetious, but when you think through this, I know how serious water furnace looks at the potential liability of, and we just sell the units, and the liability that we can inherit by doing something wrong or not having it installed or designed properly. So it's been a treat. Of the people, I learn something almost every time we get together. With whoever shows up here, it's been a treat being part of SCALT this far, and I look forward to the organization growing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Jill, are you in a position to introduce yourself?
I sure am.
Perfect.
I'm Jill Marshall, and I am with Santee Cooper. And we're an electric utility here on the coast in Horry, Georgetown, and Berkeley counties. My position and the reason we are so involved with SCALT is because of energy efficiency and trying to be ahead of that and help move the market. And Freddie, I'm very familiar with Splash. Back in our SCAHAC days, we have visited the Splash location in Lexington. So I'm glad to see that y'all are making a comeback here with SCALT and our association. I am on the board and I am the treasurer of SCALT. Let's see, what else am I? I think that's about it, Emily.
That was perfect. Thank you, Jill. I'll introduce myself real quick. My name is Emily Merritt. I am the account executive with SCALT. I work to make your all's dreams and visions come true for the association. So my job is to take the board's ideas, the membership's needs, anything else that may come up, and just make it right. So if you all ever need anything at all, please do not hesitate to reach out. My goal is to make you happy. My goal is to grow the association. Everything the association makes, everything that it does goes back into member benefits. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful career to have, to be able to just continually work on blessing a community of people. So I'm very thankful to be in the position that I'm in. I love working with SCALT. It has my absolute heart and soul. I'll let Tiffany go ahead and introduce herself. She's brand new with the company.
Hey, good morning. My name is Tiffany Butler, and I started, roughly around like the end of October, the beginning of November, and I'm SCALT's marketing and communications director. So happy to be on board and be a part of this event coming up in January. So I'm really looking forward to it and looking forward to just collaborating with everyone within this organization.
Thank
And I
you.
got to say that if you want any returns up to 300%, Tiffany will do it for you. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Tiffany does all of our social media, all of our marketing, all of our emails. She does a fantastic job with that. So if you are getting any promotional material from SCALT, that is from the very hands of Tiffany Butler.
Thank you guys.
All right, we had a couple people join the call while we were talking. So I want to take just a moment here. I know it's a little bit interesting playing with introverts and extroverts, but would anyone like to open up the floor with any more questions about the conference?
Hey, so I'm going to ask a couple questions just so I can make sure I get them answered and not forget about it until Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. So, a lot of times at our trade shows, we co-brand with Brand Buzz and Splash. Is there opportunity to have a side-by-side booth,
Yes, sir, 100%.
right? And then the typical person that comes to this, is it, can you kind of expand a little bit on that for me?
Absolutely. So we are aiming at getting owners and operators here. This is what we want is the decision makers to be face to face with our exhibitors. We run duct fairs, virtual trainings, etc. for our technicians, but the conference and the golf tournaments are more for our actual owners, managers, the decision makers of the company. So that is what we are expecting. As of right now, we have about 75% HVAC, 25% plumbing registered. We are still very early on in our registration process, though, so those numbers may fluctuate a little bit.
Let's see. I'm just trying to think out loud. What other questions I might get thrown at me on this. So, earlier you said that setup is on a Thursday and then Friday morning is time for vendor. Thursday night's a reception and there's opportunity to do the golfing and other extracurricular activities with that as well, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. All right.
And the breakfast.
And the breakfast, okay.
Yeah,
Where you
and
can,
also you will have, you'll be working with company owners and their executive teams, most likely.
Okay. Are there opportunities open for, I know there's some breakout sessions. Do you guys have any breakout sessions that don't have a speaker?
So we're pretty much full this year. If you want to submit a proposal, we will definitely review that, but our speaker slots at this moment are full. We do keep, if you were to send me something, I will keep that just in case something comes up last minute with one of our speakers, then we can plug you all into that spot. As of right now, though, very thankfully, we do have all of our speaker positions blocked out.
No, that's perfect. Okay.
Something else that we do for all of our business partners, if you're interested in becoming a partner with SCALT, is we do webinars. So if you're interested in hosting your own webinar, then we can get that information out to our membership. We can do an email introduction for you all through social media, e-news, and we can make sure that you have a chance to do an educational webinar for the members.
Okay. All right.
So what's the requirement, Emily, to get signed up for doing a webinar?
Basically, you would just email me and we would work out some dates and times. The requirement is basically we want it to be 90, 85% educational content, and then you throw your company's name and information there on the end. So that is something that we would ask of you is just to keep it as educational as possible.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. We love any kind of member benefit that we can offer. We try to throw out to our membership. And if they take it, they take it. And if they don't, they don't. But at least it's out there for them.
So when you do offer those to the contractor membership, what kind of take rate is there usually on participation as far as the number of folks on average that would join one of those webinars?
Typically,
Just on average.
on average, we see anywhere from approximately 9 companies.
Okay.
So, like I said, it depends really on the time of day you have it, which day, what's going on. We host most of our webinars in the early spring and late fall because, as you all know, once it gets warm in South Carolina, you just got to leave the contractors alone. They're busy doing the Lord's work. So, we can't bother them too much.
And hosting one of those is included in the membership?
Yes, it would just be an approval process, like I said, just to make sure that it's educational content, make sure that the times and dates work well. So if you will shoot me an email if you have a little bit of an idea of what you would like to speak on, and we can absolutely start that process.
Okay, great.
Wonderful. Freddie, did I answer all of your questions? You have anything else for me?
I think I'm pretty good with that.
Okay.
So
We are extremely excited. Like I said, we're aiming at 70 contractor members coming out, 45 exhibitor booths. We typically do see a higher number of HVAC techs than we do, plumbing, electrician, but we do invite the entire licensed trades community out to these. We have advertised to the trade schools. We'll be having a lot of students there, and that's going to attract even more contractors because that's a great chance for them to meet prospects. So the event's looking really, really healthy so far. We're very excited. This is SCALT coming back for its first big boom in a while, and we're very excited to host, and we're excited to see all of you there. Can I answer any more questions before we wrap up today? Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you all for being on today's call. I hope that this information was helpful. If you have any questions whatsoever, please shoot me an email, give me a call. I'll give you my personal cell phone number. You can call me night or day and we'll make it happen. Space is limited and we are filling up on our exhibitor spaces. So I know most of you already have your spots taken, but just so you know, our sponsorships and our exhibit booths are limited. As for contractors, we don't really have a cutoff on those. We will allow as many people walking that trade show floor as possible. So just so you all are aware, if someone calls me, and they're walking in the door, we do not have a shut off. So we're going to have a really good crowd for that trade show. If there's no more questions, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. We hope to see you all at SCALT's conference and trade show. And thank you so much. I know your time is very valuable. I hope we made good use of it. We're tying up here just about at 30 minutes. So I want to wish you all a happy weekend, happy holidays. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.
Thanks,
Great
Emily.
job, Emily. Thank you.
Thanks, Emily. Appreciate it. Good to see everybody.